Welcome back to the finale of the circuit. It's been an action-packed table so far. We've already lost Vinay Rajpal to an early elimination. Strap yourselves in because things are going to get wild as we get closer to the money bubble. Vidwath Shetty is currently chip leading, but he's found himself up against a trigger-happy and bluff-heavy Abhishek Jalan. Jalan has bet on every street, but Vidwath is the one holding the cards here. Jalan could have the widest of ranges. The absolute brick, deuce of diamonds. I think he'll need to fire big and fire convincingly to make this work. He wastes no time getting half the pot in there.
Triple barrel bluff. Jalan could have the widest of ranges. Single heart hands perhaps would take this line. Little does Vidwath know Jalan has the absolute air queen 7 off the computer hand. It helps to block the straight with a jack, but is it enough? Apparently it is. Mr. Sticky Vidwath Shetty gets Jalan to flip up the air.
10 pair नहीं छोड़ पा रहा है ये. देख रहे हो?
खत्म करना पड़ेगा इसको. मैं दिखाता हूँ इसको.
I generally don't go pre-plan. I'm going to pick on a certain player or try exploiting a certain player because it becomes so situation dependent. And whatever feels right at the moment, that's what I'm going to go do.
Bro, how can you call 10 pair there? Are you crazy?
Jalan on my right is a good situation.
Am I tilting?
Arey, I'm tilting or you are tilting? I'm confused.
Why you will tilt? We are just leading.
And Navi being opposite to me, like we're neutrally positioned, which is also a good situation because Jalan and Navi would be I assume they'd be the two most aggressive people on the table.
So Vidwath on the upswing, getting sticky against the right opponents, clearly came in with a plan. Realizing that he has an image himself of being a bit too tight. Maybe people perceive that as weak. Holds on tight till the river and is the beneficiary from first Navi and now Jalan. Mind you, with these hands going to showdown, others would have taken notice as well. Don't bluff the man in seat 1. The out-of-line 3-bet from Jalan gets 7s to fold. Ace-6 off has been 3-bet to over 5 bigs. And Gunisha has Ace-King. This is a must 4-bet spot, simply because of the opponents. It's Navi who's open and Jalan who's 3-bet.
And we're still plenty deep. Oh no, Thiam has picked up pocket queens.
And he's facing a cold 4-bet from the small blind. And mind you, Gunisha's on the tighter side, so he should be giving it respect. Looks like he's about to snap call this. Wow, a cold call to a 4-bet from the big blind.
Sends Navi and Jalan packing.
Yeah, the riffraff is out of the way, and now we have a classic flip situation, and no ace, no king on the flop.
Hard to hit an ace, of course, given what others have folded. The king still plenty live. Out of position is Ganesha, though. Checks her option, and Thiam senses weakness. 40k is the price of poker at the moment.
I think both players know exactly what each other have. For Thiam to bet like this after Ganesha checks, it's a bit of a protection bet. Wants to charge the ace kings of the world. For Thiam to cold call the 4-bet in the big blind. I mean, queen seems like...
Almost bottom of the range, really.
Indeed. And Ganesha blocks aces and kings, so queen seems the most likely hand as well.
But the ask is so much compared to what's left behind in her stack. I think it's only two options here. Calling seems suicidal. Rip or on your bike.
If she rips, she's saying she has aces precisely. But she decides to take the safer option and lets it go.
Kings लगा लिया TM ने. TM I can bet 10,000 rupees right now. मतलब एकदम ही take the bet. I will lose king or queen. That's it. Two hands.
Now we got it right on the second guess.
Oh no, you can't have both. Usual spot. Yes, king or queen 100. Yeah, of course. Cold call 4-bet. 4-bet cold call from big blind. Queens. Aces you flop check back also.
Queens mostly.
Legit hang bro.
तो भर देते हैं, I think. Queens.
I think queens. Queens ही बोल रहा हूँ मैं भी.
Yeah.
The entire table gets there correctly, like I said. His hand was a bit face up. The initial guess of kings was negated because they thought that he would jam it pre-flop. Not sure. Aces would certainly play that way, as would queens. All that being said, Ganesha takes a pretty big dent, but loses the minimum after the flop whiffed. And now jacks. Back-to-back premiums. Vidwath opened ace-10 off. We're 7-handed now, mind you. You can loosen up just a tad more with one player out. Fewer players to get through. Ganesha does not 3-bet the jacks.
Which I kind of like. It's sort of falls in the same zone as ace-queen for me personally. Don't always have to 3-bet it.
It does protect her flat calling range, but with the kind of player she has behind, I would have preferred a 3-bet. Now Navi has been led into the pot, since it's just a single raise spot. And Gaurav has ace-jack off in the small blind. Could be thinking about a squeeze. Could perceive all these players putting in just 6,000 as dead money to go after.
If he squeezes, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ganesha planned it. She saw something in advance from her husband that indicated strength, but nope, let's just rewind that. He's folded. He's out the way.
I was really rooting for a squeeze, though. We're yet to see a Gaurav Ganesha showdown.
Ganesha! Let's go. She's taking down this tournament, bro.
Bro, क्या पैसे बचाए गौरव ने?
Ganesha! Let's go.
Ace Jack on the flop, and Pavan in the lounge pointing out that Gaurav with the Ace Jack would have been in trouble. Not just any trouble, he would have been drawing essentially dead. Jack 5-4 Rainbow, what a pure flop to have top set on. Pre-flop aggressor takes a stab. She's never folding, and she should never be raising. Her hand is just way too strong.
Yeah, when you've got a board locked up this hard, raising is going to scare away opponents. You want to let them catch up.
बढ़िया है. Time pass ऐसे ही चलेगा तुम्हारा.
Under-repped her hand pre-flop. Now keeps her range wide, just flat calls.
आधा भी कुछ आना चाहिए.
Navi seems a bit tempted here with the pure backdoors.
Uh-oh. Pink chips have been grabbed. 5K apiece. The orange is 1K. Oh, he decides against it. Great timing, Navi.
Controlling his inner demons. You love to see it.
The 9 of diamonds changes nothing. Backdoor flush draw in play. But neither player is interested in that. This comes down to whether Vidwath wants to start telling some sort of a story. And he's grabbing chips. The story now would have to be that he has ace-jack or better.
This is a hard story to tell with the texture as is.
Gunisha मन में सोचे ये लोग क्या गंदे play रहे bro.
Just having the nuts and the other person is betting into you.
Bhavin doesn't seem jealous at all.
She has the jack of diamonds as well. Just in case she was about to get frisky, get worried about the back doors, that one card should give her comfort to just call in position. With top set, you're not worried about pretty much any card. And the dream card appears. Not for Vidwath, of course, who thinks he might have lucked into a great situation. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful spot for Ganesha Sinha. And let's think back to Gaurav Sooth having ace-jack. Now I really wish he'd squeeze pre-flop. Always looking for blood like you, Addy.
Well, if nobody spills a drop, did we even play poker?
Time for Ganesha to size her value bet. Essentially has the nuts. She goes for all of it. Just wants to get paid in case Vidwath has an ace, which he does, but he snap folds it. Great fold.
Crazy.
That is fantastic experience from Vidwath there.
And a bit too greedy from Ganesha.
I think when I call the flop turn and then jam the river, my range is actually mostly sets and above there. But when the ace rolls out on the turn, I think he could have contemplated a little if he was betting the flop and the turn.
The thing is that when we are value betting, we are actually targeting hands that are worse than us, that can call us. That is where the value is. And if that value is not to be seen in the other player's range, there's no real merit to actually value betting or value raising.
He lets the 5.
Think set over Asia. Or a very sick bluff.
इतना sick bluff तो King Pro अभी हमने contract.
Are you ready to bust Gaurav today if need be?
I mean, that's a tough question to ask. If you honestly ask me, even if I win those chips, I won't be happy in that hand. But I think it's the format of the game. For me to win, he will have to bust. So yeah, I think I'll have to do that in some point in time.
Well, Ganesha's momentum just doesn't seem to cease. I believe she's the chip leader now.
Navi taking a page out of Ganesha's book now with an unorthodox line here, limping under the gun with ace-queen at 20 big blinds. Not sure what to make of it.
Yeah, this is a bit beyond unorthodox. He's limped with a strong hand, and now Ganesha wakes up with pocket jacks again.
Time to balance.
Colin?
Rips it. And now what do? He limped, which means Ganesha's range can be a lot wider because she's not 3-bet jamming, she's ISO jamming. He might just think ace-queen is ahead, and he snaps it off. We have a huge flip on our hands.
How queens?
Good luck, guys.
Yeah, Jalan was expecting a hand stronger than ace-queen, considering the limp call-off.
I want you, I love you.
The best possible spot I could have taken.
But why did you limp this hand?
Because I knew someone could do this.
So?
कभी तो balance करूँगा ना. I play 4s and 5s also like this.
Ace in the window.
सारी दुनिया
No, but I do play 4 and 5s also like this. Like a lot of smaller pockets.
There's one jack left in the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not celebrating.
भाई ये सब मनुष्यत वाली बात ना करते.
I had one jack before.
Vidwath giving the good news that there's only one jack left in the deck, so 1 out for Ganesha.
But अब इस बार नहीं, next time मत करना.
And that's it. Navi gets the double.
Next
The
time
reason why I don't know if you know, but I mean, if you see
slim jam.
मैं काफी बारी pockets slim करता हूँ छोटी.
लिम्प जैम भी ये वाला हैंड तो बेस्ट है वो करने के लिए लिम्प जैम करने के लिए बेस्ट है
So, all throughout circuit season 1, 2, and 3, I'd been limping a lot of my smaller pairs so that I could see a cheaper flop. And I felt someone would try to take advantage of that situation. Hard luck.
Nice hand.
20 भी बहुत बड़ा है यार. मतलब I know I'm a fish, but a lot of my aces, kings also I'll play it the same way with a 20 BB spot.
But still for 20 BB jacks is still strong enough only. But you can just raise 6x and then call off his jam.
Yeah. I thought it was the perfect time to really balance that with some of my over pairs. And I was in the spot where I had 20 bigs, needed a double up. So I think it was one of those limps. And I'm glad I did balance it out the way I did.
3-bet fold.
Now he's not afraid of variance. Snap called the ace-queen there. Every so often he could be head against a loose jam, but his interesting strategy works out in his favor.
Shots only, bro. Lungi is even more airy.
The momentum now taken away from Ganesha in cruel fashion.
Advait's been relatively quiet. Remember, came into this with 500 big blinds, has been chipped away at by multiple opponents, and has otherwise sat quite snug, waiting for the moment to strike.
Have you not changed your surname on Aadhaar card or what?
Just a reminder, he is the top MTT player in India in 2024 and certainly looking that way in 2025 as well. The man has more MTT experience than most players will get in a lifetime, and he's the youngest player on this table. Now we goading him with ace-jack in position and flops best. Cut shot for Advait. Pre-flop betting lead, and ace is supposed to favor the +1 opener. Continuation bet seems likely considering the equity. It's on the bigger side as well, 15k into 25.
That's Advait taking advantage of his perceived image.
Oh, the most action card on the turn. Advait has the king of diamonds, Navi has the ace of diamonds. Both players will think they've picked up equity. Advait in trouble.
Yeah, that actually removed one of his outs, and he had only 3 to start with.
Now that the blinds are 2,000, 4,000, look at how big each pot is. SPR of 2 already on the turn. Advait is grabbing chips. There's many opponents against whom he might not fire a second barrel. But Navi's range on the button is going to be so wide. It'll include hands such as just a pair of 10s, maybe even a pair of 8s. He wants them to find a fold, but Navi's sitting there with the goods. Not to mention the redraw to the nuts. No diamond, thankfully for Advait, but 110k in the pot and 77k behind. Could he try to write the last chapter of this triple barrel bluff story? Or does he wave the white flag?
There is only one bet that he can make, and it's for all of his chips. That's the only thing that makes sense. Now is not the time to be doing some B10 business. Looks like he's going for it. Oh no. When he stacked it together, Vidwath, I thought that was the move.
I think he wants to, but he knows it would be way too much of a punt. Navi could easily have a made hand.
He does give up and check. Action on Navi now.
You could just check it down and win it. Stays all in though. Goes for the thin value. Very impressive. Having the ace of diamonds, he knows a flush is unlikely.
One time ban.
But with that, a massive dent to Advait's stack. Navi goes to above 200k and shows the jack to try and get in Advait's head.
Jalan enjoy.
Well, Advait's confidence has to be a little bit muted. It's down to 77k, and now with blinds at 3,000, 6,000. That's good for just 13 bigs. Came in as a tournament chip leader. Tough spot to be in. The current chip leader on the table, Thiam Danish. Almost 50 bigs for him. Navi wakes up with kings. Finally, a real hand.
It's a boot movie.
No, I don't watch boot movie, bro. It's scary.
13.
Vidwath now with Jack Queen suited. I think all three options on the table for him.
It's about 17, 18 bigs. Certainly a very pretty looking holding. Oh, he's just ripping it straight into Navi's pocket kings.
वो जैक सूटेड देख के विद्वत थोड़ा सा समझ रहे हो?
Thank you. Correct me if it's kings, Navi.
You also want to do masti?
Oh, must be. We've been opening wide.
Who? Me, yeah.
Can't blame Vidwath for taking the spot. Navi had been opening wide. But they end up with a hand sometimes, and the flop comes 7-6-5. Oh, this is brutal. Navi has the overpair and the king of hearts.
Good.
Runner needed.
Cute. Queen of heart. Cute.
And a heart just ends it.
GG, bro.
We have a second bust out from the table. Vidwath Shetty.
No, I'm solid.
Made some great calls. Eventually ran into the goods. That's the way it goes sometimes. GG, sir.
My man, well done. Seventh place for the first circuit you've ever played.
Yeah.
You made it all the way to the finale.
Yeah.
Played against the sickos. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I think I could have done a lot better, but just one of those days. Couldn't do much. My only trip-ups were, I guess, hero calls. But I'm happy with overall how I played. I think I played very well. Busting today, no complaints at all, I'd say, because all in all, this was a wonderful experience. I think I have a lot more to take away from this event, even though I didn't win it. And I generally get affected when I do something wrong and it backfires and I bust. But today, all in all, I'm quite happy with how I played. Like, the result wasn't in my control. I did the best I could. I'd say actually yesterday making the comeback from down to 1.5 bigs, that was amazing. Once I got that first double up, I was like, okay, fine. Now I can just grind it out. I know I can get back and qualify. So I think that was one of my favorite moments. I came into the circuit believing I'm going to win it. That's how I approach every tournament. I don't think you can win if you don't have that mentality. So from that point of view, 7th is not great, but it's still amazing.
And finally then, after this, what's the plan now? Are you going to go do some diving, relax, or more poker?
Right now, I'm getting married in 1 month, so everybody at home is waiting with checklists of work for me to get done. So it's going to be a hectic 1.5 months. And maybe next, the only planned trip is Mexico in June, which I'm very excited about. It's a free diving trip. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, could have used that 25 lakhs for the wedding, but nonetheless, very well played, mate. Absolute pleasure. We'll see you hopefully next time.
Yeah.
So Vidwath takes his elimination the way he seems to take most things, with a nice smile and a lot of grace. Congratulations, by the way, Vidwath, on your wedding. We'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Nothing he could have done. Took an aggressive spot. That's what good tournament players do. Just ran into the pocket kings of Mr. CEO himself, who now has the chip lead. So I think it'll be a fun one to witness now that Navi should be in table captain mode with the mountain of chips. Does have some competition from some big stacks, both on his right in the form of Thiam and on his left with Jalan.
On Thiam's left is actually Lionel Messi. His little good luck charm served him well in terms of hand selection earlier. Right now, ace-9 off under the gun. A lot of chips in his stack. I imagine he'll be opening this.
Line still 3K, 6K. Goes with the 2X. Gaurav Sood, who's been handcuffed all tournament, now wakes up with ace-7 suited. Just has 12 bigs.
Don't use much, but today, don't know. Been put in spot. Against Jalan only.
Tough spot.
Weird spot.
Certainly feel like you might be ahead of the chip leader's range, especially when the chip leader's Thiam. Same time, too many players to act behind.
Coaching center.
But if you do end up pulling the trigger and they show you ace king, you feel so bad inside. At least I do. These guys feel nothing. They're pros.
He's certainly thinking about it.
Hold it.
Rips it. An ace-jack off for Jalan. But this is a 3-bet jam now.
Into and under the gun open. Should be folded. But this is Abhishek Jadu Jalan.
Lets it go. And what does Thiam do with ace-9 off here? I mean, this could work out brilliantly for Gaurav if he gets 2 better hands to fold. It's not an easy call by any means. Gaurav has jammed an undergun open. This is certainly not the top of Thiam's range.
What's the count and how much I have to put? So yeah, 71,000 total before the hand.
I feel like it's not the best call, but I can see his cards, so I kind of want to see it happen.
You want to see Gaurav bust?
Yeah, I like all the psychos, have you not realized?
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm certainly not anti-railing Gaurav. It would be an incredible call by Thiam because ace-9 off is a bit on the weaker side. You're dominated so often. This is one of the few times he's not.
And for the record, Gaurav, while Thiam's thinking about his decision, don't take that comment out on me on the online felts, okay? Just don't.
The only concern for Gaurav is that Thiam has a lot of chips. Could just decide to go with it.
He's picking up his cards. Looks like he's gonna let it go. Oh, he's toying with his food now. Trying to get a read, lets it go.
What a fucking guy opening UTG and folding 11 big blind. इससे अच्छा तो मैं ही जीत जाता. भयंकर हैंड फोल्ड करवा दिया. क्या बंदा है.
अभी जलान चुप हो गया. मैं बात कर रहा चुप हो गया.
ओह, एक फोल्ड कर दिया मैं.
No fucking way.
100. मुझे लगा ये दिखाएगा थिलियन
Dude.
Not exactly ace queen.
Not exactly a fish either.
ज्यादा बिग है ब्रो उसके पास.
अरे ये पीछे से आ जाएगा स्विंग लेके स्विंग लेके तो क्या करेंगे.
Well, what a great result for Gaurav. Got 2 better hands, 2 better aces to fold. That's the magic of Gaurav Sood right there. So much of poker, especially on final tables, is player dependent. I promise you, Gaurav's not doing that against the majority of the players on this table. But when Thiam opens with a monster stack under the gun, Gaurav decided ace-7 suited was good enough. And look at the result he got.
Tournament professionals, I mean, this is where they make the most of their money in their careers during the late stages of important events. That's where amateurs tend to blunder. That's where they tend to profit. And Gaurav Sood giving us a masterclass right now.
Blind versus blind, Thiam versus Navi. Comes in with the limp, and Navi has the chip lead and an ace in the big blind after being limped too. Checks it behind.
2 big stacks usually don't want to clash, avoiding the inflation of the pot. And just as well, because they've both caught the gut shot. And if it comes through, expect fireworks. But for now, ace high is good. And in position.
I think Navi's just a lot more comfortable with his post-flop game. Chooses post-flop to apply pressure. And trust me, he's looking to apply pressure. That's what you build a big stack for. But now has enough equity and ace high to just call in position. Ranges are as wide as they can get. This is a limped pot amongst the blinds. Thiam can represent anything, including the 6 that just came in. Not so much now that he's checked. There's very few strong hands he wouldn't want to continue building the pot with. Navi wants to charge Thiam for any hand such as the one he has. Betting correctly with the best hand. And Thiam will chase the gut shot in 2 overs out of position. This is way too light. Does he have a plan for the river? 4 to a straight appears with Navi clipping the 5. I doubt Thiam called just to try and hit maybe a 10 or a jack. So now that the scary card has come in the river, yeah, there we go. He's grabbing chips. This is a very tricky line. He bet the flop, check called the turn, and now is firing on the river. 25,000 is the bet, and it screams of strength. There's some trapped full houses he might play this way as well, although the bet size should be bigger there. And Navi doesn't know what to make of it, lets the best hand go. Tricky by the second in chips, and now closes the gap between himself and the chip leader.
Good luck, good luck.
Never boring with these two in the mix. Street on street poker violence.
Good. Dealer, they are discussing hands. आप जीतोगे तो आपके बाजी अकाउंट में बैलेंस तो आएगा, वैसे तो 0 रहता है.
Random shots fired.
Lines 4,000, 8,000, so Advait in the danger zone. Has to fold the rags. Will be hit with the big blind and anti-burden on the next hand, so he's in trouble.
He hasn't put a toe out of line, has Advait. I kind of feel bad for him. After coming in with such an advantage and then not being able to take advantage of said advantage.
All right, you got there.
I got there.
Ace 10 off. Open, and I think Navi flashed his hand by mistake, so shows the entire table. 4-3 off. Pocket 9s for Gaurav, and he has a shorter stack than even Advait. This is an easy 3-bet jam against Thiam's opening range. And this time around, it won't be that much for Thiam to call. I think we might be in for a flip, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, has to. Good enough. He's 7 suited. Irrelevant now.
Although good news for Gaurav. One less out to worry about.
That's true. Very relevant in that sense. We might be getting ahead of ourselves. We did see Thiam lay down the ace-9, but like I said, it's just 50k now for him. 98k in the middle.
Good luck, boys.
Call you saying, no?
Yeah.
Is he fold now?
Yeah, fold.
How much?
66. Yes, call.
There we go.
Call.
Good hand. Flip.
It's a flip.
Ace jack, ace jack, ace 10.
This would bring Gaurav right back into this match. He needs to hold him.
हीलियम के बाद ज़्यादा चिप्स हो जाए कि गौरव का कमबैक हो जाए. खतरनाक ज़्यादा क्या है?
It's a great assessment by Jalan.
आप बताओ ना नवीन.
Confused.
When in doubt, I root for the underdog. In this case, Gaurav would be eliminated. However, if I was on that table, I would be rooting for an elimination. King 8-7. Clean for Gaurav. He's seen it all before. He's plenty calm. King of diamonds means he takes away the diamond outs from Thiam. Just 3 outs, going once. Clean. And a tap on the table by Gunisha as her husband finds a double. Safe to say she was rooting for Gaurav as well.
Come on! Vamos! Come on!
The Jadoo mode is back for Jalan. Six-handed. 3 players paid. A 10 lakh bubble looms.
Navi, the commanding chip leader right now. That's going to allow him to open King 10.
I don't think he needed the chip lead to be opening King 10 based on what we've seen on this table.
It's a great point. Jalan, 10-8 of diamonds. Throw back to Vinay Rajpal, who's having PTSD just watching this from the lounge right now.
Same suits and everything. Pocket nines for Ganesha in the small. This is tricky. She has 96,000, 12 bigs.
All in.
All in, she says. Takes a 3-bet squeeze. I love this. Again, player dependent. Navi, the chip leader, opening on the gun. Jalan, also very loose, calling in the cutoff. This is a squeeze spot dreams are made of. And look at this. Gets the flipping hand to fold. And gets the Vinay hand to hit the muck as well. Fantastic result.
Big sigh of relief. Nines is one of those hands when you do get called, you're never quite comfortable.
Fuck! Massive chip up.
एक ही फेवरेट हैंड वाला चक्कर बंद करना होगा यहाँ.
Jack 10.
नहीं, आज दूसरा फेवरेट था.
अच्छा, उस दिन तो Jack 10
10-8
था.
डायमंड. नवी के अगेंस्ट स्ट्रेट फ्लश लगा था. आज 10-8 में विनय लगा था.
Well, I agree with that, because if you know your trivia, you'll know that that's my favorite hand.
Both Gaurav and Ganesha get huge chip ups there.
Dealing fast.
And the Rockets appear for the first time in this table. And it's in the hands of the chip leader. Navkiran Singh just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar in the last hand. This time around, opening to 2.1x with the blinds being at 5k, 10k. Is hoping for someone to pull a Vidwath. Not believe that he has it every time. Take a spot. Rack still the blinds though. Could be heading towards one of the worst feelings in poker when you don't get action on aces. Comes down to just Thiem.
I think so.
The strength of the hand being weighed against the quality of playing against his favorite opponent.
Goes with the big blind discount as the justification for that call. This is dangerous though. He's out of position. He has absolute rags. He hasn't really connected but catches a gut shot. Top set for Navi.
Almost overkill, really, for Navi. Hard to get paid here, which is why I like that check. The 4 connects with Thiem, but if anything is relevant here, it's the fact that the big blind is the only one out of these two capable of having a deuce. And then when it's Thiem, plus 10 to that score.
Every once in a while, just a pair of 4s could be ahead here. Navi could have hands such as King, Queen. We saw him open King 10 off. Thiem just calls. He does have chop outs, mind you. A 6 or a deuce would be interesting. And it comes a 4. This could cost Thiem. It pairs the board and completes the flush. Navi's sitting there with aces full though.
Remember, these are 2 of the larger stacks going to war right now. This could be a defining hand of the circuit, Season 3.
in comes the value bet with the effective nuts, and I just don't see how Thiam gets away. I think he's just always supposed to call in theory. So a fold here would be extremely exploitative. Tough to put your opponent on aces, so he'd need to assume Navi has a flush to make this laydown. But he has one heart in his hand, that doesn't help either.
Really good to see him taking extra time.
I hope it's not to raise, firstly.
Good point. But as an evolution of the player, I say Season 1 Thiam maybe does something a little bit glitchy over here. Season 3 Thiam is showing restraint and calculative decisions.
I mean, credit for just taking this long and not snapping it off. His radar is just alerting him to something being up.
It's like resuming chips only for me. Maybe later stage.
What a fold, what a What a fold, Thiam! Let's go, Thiam!
What a fold indeed.
Oh my god. Thiam? ये कैसे फोल्ड कर दिए? मेटा पोकर चल रहा है कुछ अलग. नवी खुद शॉक में.
Navi knows he missed out on what should have been sure shot value. That should be humbling. Thiam finding a whole different gear. Very, very impressive.
It's something that used to really burn me in my younger poker playing days when they escape, when they get away when they shouldn't, and when I don't get the chips. Jalan is going to get this next hand underway. Queen Jack off from the hijack. 23k is the bet. And Advait, quiet till now. 6 big blinds in his stack. 2 big blinds already bet. That's a third of your stack. Usually in this spot, calling is not an option. It's fold or all in. But plenty of table yet to act. Not the easiest spot.
Yeah, he just looked back at the tournament clock as he's known to do. And decides to get it in there. If Jalan is priced in, this would be a pretty decent spot. He's going to be ahead. Wonder if Jalan does feel priced in with just a queen and a jack, though.
6d6, 4
Flicks in the chip. Guess again, mate.
Well, that answers that. 60-40. Just saw Gaurav get the double up. Advait looking for the same. Mind you, he's at risk to get out in 6th place after coming in as the chip leader. High stakes. Big flop coming up.
Raghu, please.
Clean thus far. No queen, no jack.
How funny, that's exactly what Advait is saying in his head right now. No queen, no jack. No queen, no jack.
Straight draw.
The mantra remains the same.
Diamond भी नहीं है. Queen Jack ही out है और कोई out नहीं. One time, Raghu.
Uses his one time. Wasted.
Is it wasted if it doesn't hit? I think it preserves.
That is wishful thinking. But given that I've used my one time about 6 times yesterday, I'm going to go with it.
Well, all that said, Advait back in action. Not what the table wants to see, I promise you that. This man is dangerous. And now with the blinds up to 12,000 for the big, everybody is a bit too short. The reason is that we still have 6 players remaining. 3 spots away from the bubble. And Thiam looks down at kings. This is what you want to see after bleeding a bit. Blind versus blind. We saw him limp weak. There we go. Balances at limp strong. And ace-10 off for Navi. Oh, this is just a cooler, I think. I don't see a world where Navi doesn't jam. Thiam has 10 bigs. Oh, I like this. He's not jammed. He's actually raised for value, wants weaker hands to come in. Which means Thiem could come back over the top and maybe Navi can get away from it. Or does Thiem want to trap?
Again, blind versus blind. There's no real right answer, really.
The reason to trap here is because Navi should be raising a lot of bad hands once he's trying to just win pre-flop. And Thiem would want to keep them in the mix. Yeah, he just rips it. And now Navi has actually given himself an out by just raising pre-flop and not jamming.
Oh, but he is not going to take it. He is just going to make the call.
Yeah.
Huge hand here.
Absolute cooler. The money was likely going in pre-flop. That being said, Thiem at risk if Navi can clip.
Cooler.
Gaurav confirms the cooler.
He's always there.
Ace on the flop. Thiem down to just one out. He's seen this story before, getting a bad beat once he was in the money in season 1. Could he be eliminated in 6th place here? A diamond adds a ton of outs.
Always.
Oh, diamond!
Always.
Never easy. Never easy.
Never easy, as they say. A diamond or a king needed. And it is a diamond.
Unreal.
The best hand pre-flop won, but it was quite a dramatic roller coaster ride to get there. Navi is crippled. Thiem in pole position on the tape.
Navi in real pain there. He had the Mortine can. He was about to press the spray. He'd pressed the spray and then the cockroach sprung back up to life and ran away with all his chips. Painful.
Basically with Navi, I was very tight because he opens loose. So I need to keep my range in check. I cannot fight loose against loose. Like I said, you have to adjust to like different opponents and their game style. If someone is playing tight, you be loose with them and try to take their blinds. If someone is playing loose, you play tight and then value bet them, you know.
The whole dynamic of the table has shifted. Navi is now the short stack. Mind you, with the blinds being as high as they are, the stacks becoming as shallow as they are, every elimination now feels like we could be headed towards the bubble. We might be 3 spots away, but eliminations can come quickly when the blinds get shallow. Case in point, Gunisha, 8.5 bigs for her. Has to fold. Thiem certainly doesn't have to fold.
Thiem doesn't have to do anything that Thiem doesn't want to do.
Let's go. Just got the double up. We'll hold on to those chips. Queen 9 suited for Navi. 4 bigs, gets it in. And a king for Gaurav. Is certainly enough in theory. And Gaurav Sood knows his theory. There's the call. 60-40 situation. I think Navi will take it. Best he could hope for given the circumstances.
9!
Okay, Jolan has a favorite.
Diamonds covered as well, so a queen or 9 needed. None to be found. It's looking grim. 5 outs for Navi. His second finale here of the circuit hangs on the balance. Safe turn for Gaurav. Comes down to the river. And a safe river as well. We lose Navi. Absolute cooler to dent his stack. Nothing he could do. Very, very well played. He showed us how his unique, aggressive style can fare against the top pros in the country. often taking control of this final table. Couldn't get it done, finishes in 6th place, and all of a sudden, we're 2 spots away from the money bubble.
Boss man, well played. You told me in the morning that you were just going to go out there and do your thing. Forget all the stress, forget all the worries, play your game. How close to your game was that?
Pretty close. I think that's few chips in the beginning, rewired my head, got back to a good stack. And then in the end, there was some coolers. Couldn't really avoid them.
Yeah, blind versus blind is always going to be a tough situation. Come on, give me a hint as to what was you feeling, not in the brain, in the heart.
I mean, I was just trying to understand whether I put it in right. This season more, I'm not result oriented, I'm process oriented, which is why I play so well. So it's okay.
Fantastic. Who do you think is going to take it down then, now that you've been out there and you've seen how they're all playing?
I said it in the start that, I think Thiem's going to be really difficult to beat. He's been playing well. And he made a really tough fold against me, so and he's running good too, so Thiem.
Fair enough. Well, mate, I'm going to let you go into the lounge. They're all looking forward to congratulating you on a very good series.
Thank you.
Well played again.
Thank you.
I don't think I could necessarily pinpoint what I did wrong the entire trip post the first tournament. So I'm really satisfied with how I played, and when you talk about circuit and you're going up against the best in the country, winning a circuit means also proving your skill to your fellow poker players and getting their respect, which also means a lot, right? When they think you're one of the best in the country, that's real validation, right? See, everyone's a very highly skilled player here. Our focus has been, when we do so many number of events, यार जो top player है वो ही निकले, because poker has a bit of variance and you want to reduce it to the bare minimum.